You're watching the TC MMA podcast.
So, welterweight division, 170 pounds, Jacobe Smith, 8-0. Christien Savoie, 10-1. Let's get into that one right now. In the welterweight division at Dana White's Contender Series, you got Jacobe Smith taking on Christien Savoie. And you got to love this one, kicking things off in Week 8. Let's dive right in. Smith, 8-0. Savoie, 10-1. Smith, 3 inches taller at 6'2". He's fighting out of USA, by the way. Savoie fighting out of Canada. Smith, 28, Savoie, 32. So let's dig deeper into Jacobe Smith first in his 8 wins. Remember, no losses. 6 KOs, 2 decisions. And he's been fighting out of Fury FC for the last 5 fights, all by win. 3 of them KO, 2 decisions. So I like that. Now, Savoie, on the other hand, he's got the 10 wins, right? 1 loss. 7 wins by KO, 3 by decision. He was submitted once against Basile Hafez, a guy we've heard of at Cage Fury Fighting Championships. Then he fights out of FLA. Fights 1 fight to a draw, but then won the last 2. So, you know, this one's kind of easy for me. Yeah, I'm concerned about the 10 wins by Savoie. You really shouldn't hold the 1 loss and draw against him, but the fact is there was a loss and a draw. Jacobe Smith is yet to lose. So I got no choice at least a Contender Series, which when you look up and down all the contracts Dana White's given, you don't see many undefeated fighters. So it doesn't mean Jacobe Smith is definitely going to come in here to win. I just like the fact that he's undefeated. He's American. He lands KOs 75% of the time up to this point. And I just got to believe he's going to win the fight. That's what I think is going to happen. Jacobe Smith wins this thing by a 2nd round KO, in my opinion. Could go to a decision. It always could go to a decision. But I'm leaning towards 2nd round KO on this one for Jacobe Smith to move to 9-0 and get in. Welterweight division. Dana White's Contender Series. All right, so we're rocking and rolling with Jacobe Smith. And again, we don't know these guys as well. We look up the old, the fights that they've had, but it's against fighters you never heard of and smaller promotions. And you're looking at momentum. You're looking at how many wins and losses. And in this one, I want to see the undefeated guy get in because we don't have many undefeated guys this year through the Contender Series. We got a lot of guys that are like 14-1. And then you see they lost to a UFC fighter, so they're a high prospect. Like one guy lost to Jean Silva, who's really good. So he's virtually undefeated, but he's got 1 loss on his record, right? So we don't know these fighters as well, but we still find ways to break it down. And it's a little harder because I rely on the stats heavily. Like how many strikes are landing per minute, what's their takedown average, what's their takedown defense, and then look at who they fought, right? It's a little harder with the Contender Series to get that information because the stats don't really begin until they fight in the UFC. But nonetheless, we've had a good season.
He's gon' fight, he's gon' fight. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height. Yeah. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass.